Okay, so that pretty much ended the segment there. And like I said, I don't want to get into some subjects because they're too much fun, and that's not what the focus of today's lesson is. I've had lessons galore on that chart 63, or the 163. And so we've talked a lot about that, and that had really everything in that chart we were just looking at is right here, summed up right in with these modal circles here. So that's wonderful, right? Because that entire chart could be just summed up with the fretboard and these modal circles. So we were looking at the G. So we have a G-shaped root here, okay, in the G box here, same thing. Have a G-shaped root, root 3, 5, root 3, 5, root. That's in the G box here with this G banner here. Now notice I've got some new colors here because I adjusted. This was always just, hey, what color? I don't know. Go with that. I'm used to it. That is the color of the G note. But the G string shape, okay, the G string shape is 6, 7 root. Notice there's a G surrounded by notes, okay? So that is the G string shape, because with the string shapes are the bottom strings of the CAGED system. That's how I started that. So where your C is here, the bottom string is 3, 4, 5, and that accidental, that's where I put the C, the label, the C label. So that's over, actually I don't have the string shapes on that particular fretboard, but it's right here. Here's 3, 4, 5. So I went with the color of the note that's properly in the string shape. So here we have, now the problem is with the patterns here, and these are the patterns, we're going to play them and they're going to be fun, but I just want to look at here, this C box here, C, E, G. Now you wouldn't recognize that, that's 1, 4, 5. So well, how could that be C, E, G? Because with the circle, the string shapes circle, not the circle of fourths or the circle of fifths. The circle of fourths goes okay, stuff like that. I went all the way around the circle of fourths with some inversions. But the string shaped circle, okay, and I've showed you many times. All right, the string shaped circle is here, okay, and it goes, let's go backwards, so we're going in fourths. Now, fourths or fifths just means you're either going this way or this way. In string shapes, okay, and this is the string shape circle. All right, going towards the lower notes is fourths, and going up is in string shape fifths. So the string shape C, going up the fifth is C, okay, then CAGED should take you to the A shape. So you got C, then A, but after A comes G. So it's string shape C, then string shape G, which is the fourth. Okay, and then you skip the E and you go to the D. The fourth of D is the fourth of G is D. So the string shapes go. Now this is kind of caged here. And the string shape's going fourths, okay? So we did that. We kind of did that. Actually, they were going in fifths. We're going in fifths because, like I said, we're going up the neck. So let's do that one more time. We got the C string shape. Then we have our little caged advance, which shares a note. Then we go to the G string shape, which is the fifth. Then we skip the little E caged advance. Okay, then we go to the D string shape, which is the fifth of the G, and I'll just start that D down here again, an octave lower. And then we go to the C string shape. Now we played it, but now it's just a cage advance. And then that C would go to the A string shape, which is the fifth of the D. Okay, and then the A would advance. Now we have the cage advance like that with the G string shape, and we go to the full E string shape, which is the fifth of A. Now it gets a little interesting up here. We go to the D string shape again. Let's go down an octave again. Just a cage advance, but now the fifth of E does not go to B. E does not go to B. E goes to C. And that's just in string shape. So we're using the letters, but they do go in order. So the E shape goes to the C shape. And conversely, when we're doing it going this way, so everything's going descending, the C is going to go to the E instead of going to the F. So that, and then we have our caged string shape pair. Remember I was talking about these little caged intervals in between here? Well, these are the notes that they share. So the C and the A share the 5. Okay, so in your regular C here and your A shape, you're going to share the 5. Remember, it's just the bottom string of the diatonic full 6 string scale. So you're starting on an E, white keys only. Now look, I was taught it's easier to play keys that have more accidentals, such as like I guess A flat. It is, because it gives you, a little bit more balance, a little more stability. But when we're learning, it's, but guess what? Those white keys, they're not as watery as I thought they were. And you're going like, all sounds the same. But it isn't. If you know how to use individual tones like the 4th and the 7th. So that's what the string shape circles are. So that's what the string shapes are. They're those bottom notes on the guitar, on the cages. So C string shape is 3, 4, 5, and then A string shape up here is 5, 6. Notice it's sharing, so I put the label up there. Now this is the full A. This is the A. You want an A? This is the A. It's a tri-pentatonic box, which means it's got a D-shaped 4th and an E-shaped 5th. So in the A box, and this is important for choosing how to play your solos when you want to do a pentatonic solo. So let's just look for a second here. We have 3 shapes. So in the key of C, okay, we're up here at the 5, 6 here. The key of C, we got an A-shaped root, second inversion, 5 root 3 right there. Then we got a D-shaped 4th, 2 4ths, 2